Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Mededwell podcast, using education around wellness in medicine to help physicians and other medical professionals take the next step in their wellness journey. I'm so thankful that you have decided to join me for this episode. I'm excited to be back. I decided to take a pause and reevaluate kind of the direction of the Mededwell podcast and decided that for now, doing seasons of different themes and different topics. This one's going to be about 9 episodes on charting and some of the mindset and productivity tools around charting. I'm going to have a series of guests, and we'll also do some around life coaching, mindset, some of those things. And while there will be a lot of overlap, I just wanted to let you know how this is going to work going forward. And if there's ideas, things you want to hear about, I would love to hear from you. You can connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I would love to hear from you. So today, as we start the first episode of the specific charting series, I wanted to talk about the importance of coaching for physician well-being. And I entitled it Beyond Surviving, Coaching for Physician Well-Being, because I don't want to be just surviving like I was when I first started. When I was early on in my career, I was burned out 8 months out of residency. I was overwhelmed and exhausted. And ultimately, I want to thrive. I want to flourish. And this is something that I want for you too. It's not just going in to punch the clock, to see our patients and go home. I want you to be fulfilled professionally and personally. And one of the ways to move beyond simply surviving to thriving is actually through coaching. Because life coaching is an opportunity to examine thoughts that we have, unintentional, automatic, sneaky thoughts that come up, that each of us have, and that ultimately affects each of our experience with life. And the opportunity to see that can actually be transformational. So today, I want to cover 3 ways that coaching helps physicians go from surviving to thriving. So the first way is actually that you get to deepen your understanding of your current experience through the power of reflective questions. This allows for self-compassion. So today, we're going to cover 3 ways that coaching can help physicians go from merely surviving to thriving. Number 1, it can help you deepen your understanding of your current experience by experiencing the power of reflective questions, of saying, when this happened, what were you thinking? Or what came up for you? And many times we'll say, this situation made me mad. This person said this and made me mad. But really, there's an automatic, unintentional, below the surface thought that's actually creating that feeling. Because you see, for me, one of my biggest examples when I think about charting is that if I don't know that I have an extra 4 patients overbooked over the course of my day, I'm not stressed about it. I'm not frustrated. I'm not impatient with trying to get things moving because I don't even know about it. So I can't have a thought about it that will make me frustrated, anxious, worried, whatever feeling comes up for me. And so those questions of, they said this, and so what did you make that mean? That really starts to get to the heart of things and can really help each of us move forward. And by experiencing some of this and seeing how this is affecting you, it can allow you to show up for yourself with self-compassion and self-care as you realize, oh, this is a very human experience. This is a very human response. These thoughts that come up, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Rather than beating yourself with self sabotage and shame and saying, well, I shouldn't have done that. And rather than just saying, of course, I want to do that differently next time, but that happened and I had these thoughts about it. And maybe I even wanted to feel frustrated. But ultimately, are those things serving you? So, as some of that awareness comes about, then ultimately, each of us in receiving that coaching can then decide what we want to do with it. The coach's job is not to change your mind to say, you have to do this. It's about holding space, which leads us to number two. It- In coaching, you get the opportunity to address some of your limiting beliefs in a safe space. Some of those things where I might say to myself, I can't do this. I should, or I shouldn't do this. Thoughts of, I'm not handy when I talk about my home improvement projects. Well, I don't have those skills and I'm learning. So it can be any number of things that we tell ourselves, things that maybe we've been telling ourselves since we were little, things that we have just learned as a part of the responses we've had in life to stressful circumstances, ways that we found to cope, which may have been helpful at the time or made sense, but now they aren't serving us. Some of the things that I've been dealing with over the past few years with regards to scarcity mindset are I now realize that they're in part because of my experience being in medical school with a lot of loans and living in a big city and trying to figure out how I was going to make it work with my budget and what I needed to get around, what I needed for my rotations, for interviews, for step exams, preparation for all that. Another limiting belief has been around imposter syndrome that I'm an introvert. I'm quiet. I can't do speaking. If you had told me a couple years ago that I was going to have a podcast, be on video, have an opportunity to speak to a couple hundred physicians at a conference coming up, I would have said, you're crazy, or just felt really scared and overwhelmed. And one of the questions that will help you move forward and your coach may bring up for you is just saying, all right, this is one particular situation that you brought up for coaching today, but how else does this show up in your life? Again, from the surviving and just dealing with the one thing right now, maybe in that way that made sense, but isn't really serving your long term interests, your priorities, your long term goals. But you get a chance to see how this has shown up in other areas that really actually you're like, hmm, actually, the way I deal with communication and conflict at work is how I deal with it with my friends or my family. And then ultimately you get to choose what you want to do with that new awareness. So, first, you get to deepen your understanding of your current experience. You get to address limiting beliefs in a safe space of non judgment, of openness, of curiosity. But number three, you also get a space to be able to consider a path forward. It could be an opportunity to consider new thoughts because there's those automatic habit, under the surface, sneaky thoughts, those unintentional thoughts that create our experience as it currently is. But maybe you want to move towards new thoughts. You want to create a different result. And in order to take the actions you're going to need to do to get to that new place, to get to that goal, to move forward, you're going to have to feel a certain way. Feeling pressured, anxious, and all those other things may not be what you need to take those actions to get where you want to go. It may be curiosity, determination, openness. It could be any number of things, but you're going to have to think thoughts to generate those feelings to get you to take those actions that will help you move forward. And by going through some of these things in a coaching session, you get that opportunity. You get that gift of being able to see your thoughts, what they're creating for you, and what you want to keep and what you want to change. Because sometimes the most valuable thing is sitting with a negative emotion, of sitting with an emotion and allowing it so that you can get that awareness. You can see how that's affecting you and then what you want to do with it. So, as we wrap up for today, I want you to take a moment and consider, where are you? Where are you thriving in life and in medicine? Are you just surviving? Do you have this thought, I can't do this. I should be doing that. I'm not this other person. Or do you think, I want to take this step forward? I want to grow. I want to do this. And if you want to deepen your understanding of your current experience to address those limiting beliefs and find a new way forward, if this sounds intriguing to you and like you might want to check out coaching, then I want you to know that I'm here for you. My group program, which is coming up soon, focuses on charting and wellness, but I also have limited one-on-one slots available as well. And you can book a free consult today by going to the link in the show notes or below this video. I am so thankful for each of you choosing to spend some of your time to invest it with me and in yourself, to say, I matter. My patients matter. My friends, my family, those that are important to me matter, and I want to thrive. If this is you, take that next step. Come back and join me for the next episode in this series about charting, about mindset, about taking that step forward. If you haven't left us a review, please go to your podcast player and leave us a review. Also, share this episode with someone if you haven't, and subscribe so that you can get all of the new episodes. I can't wait to see where this goes and how this helps physicians and other medical professionals thrive in their life and their medical practice. Thanks so much for all that you do, and have a great day.